What's up, YouTube? You guys are on here, coming at you with that discussion video I've been yammering about forever. I apologize for any background noises. I am in the car right now. I'm on the way to work, so but it's a little bit of a drive. So I'm gonna talk about Shaddolls. Now, prior to their release, everyone was like, "Oh my God, this deck's gonna be, tier 1, tier 0. It's gonna be the best deck. Everyone's gonna play it." And recently, it's not been the case. Burning Abyss has been doing oddly very well, much to everyone's surprise. Talonites are also very, very good right now, but Shaddolls have kind of taken a back seat to everything, and people have started to ignore them. Now, everyone was totally afraid of, Mid-Rash coming out, and Fusion's broken, and so ridiculous. But again, not a lot of people are playing the deck, and it's something I don't really understand, because in my testing, the deck has done exceptionally well. I really love the deck. I love the way it plays. But why isn't it doing very well? Well, I know I mentioned this previously. All the monsters are flip effects. It does slow the deck down, I'm not gonna lie. It does kind of suck. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Sometimes I'll have a Hedgehog and, I'll need the Fusion, but I can't search Hedgehog with a Hedgehog. And I'm not in a position where I can really set a monster, or it's not really convenient. So that really kind of sucks. Trying to drive and talk is not mucho bueno idea. It can be a little tricky to get to Fusion. If you can't get to Fusion, you're going to lose. If you draw it too much, well, and if you don't draw it at all, you can still win. There are ways to win. If you know what you're doing and you play the deck right. If you draw it too much, you'll brick and you'll probably lose. I've lost a ton of games because I had a Fusion in hand, I had nothing, and then I top deck another Fusion, and that just really sucks. A lot of other problems. It does lose to the side deck like any other deck, but then again, Dragon Rulers, you could side, the nuts for them. There was so many good cards you could side for them, and, everyone did, but the deck was still tier 1. That's just how it works. You can side deck anything you want. A tier 1 deck is still going to be tier 1, regardless of what you're siding. A lot of people are kind of hating on the format. A lot of people are like, oh, I like tier 0 formats. A lot of people talking about that right now, because, everyone's ready for the next set. Everyone's like, oh, clip-offs are going to be, or whatever they call them, quotes or whatever, I don't know. Are going to be tier 0, and that's a discussion for another video. Thing with Shaddolls though is that Shadow, they got Shadow imprisoning against them. Nobleman, there's people even playing Royal Command, which is really dumb. A lot of people don't realize the original effect of Royal Command said negate the effects of flip effect monsters, and then it was errated when it was reprinted in Turbo Pack to say negate the flip effects, negate the flip effects of flip effect monsters, something like that. So basically, it only negates when the flip, but it doesn't negate them when they're sent to the graveyard, which is what a lot of people thought. I know I really upset my friend. He was going through all the common boxes at locals and looking around, just that's not what it is. So that does kind of suck. But like I said, I really do love the deck. It's a really solid deck. It can be inconsistent, but I think what it comes down to is that the basic argument that people have right now is that, oh, well, there's not a set formula for the deck. And it's just well, that's true, but if you think about it, there's really no set formula for any deck. Yes, I realize if you're gonna play, Mermails, there's basically 2 versions. You can play with Undyne and you can play Mono. Although a lot of people playing Undyne right now. Regardless, there is a certain way you need to build the deck, and there is room for attacks. But what I like about Shaddolls is that there's a lot of different ways you can play it. So no one can be called stupid or wrong for, if you're doing something ridiculous, then it can be called stupid. But there are so many ways to play the deck. Some people are like, oh, Mathematician's good. Oh, no, Armageddon's better. But, there's no real, solid argument for either one. I think Mathematician's better. Just that doesn't mean it is. It just means I think it is. A lot of people are playing artifacts in the deck right now. That's something I wanted to talk about. If you're playing artifacts in the deck, stop. I don't know what you're doing. artifacts or at least Moral Tech Sanctum, artifacts are good, but the issue I see is that why? It's just extra cards. I know they're lights, I get it, but it's a deck that you can already brick pretty easily, and you're putting in fucking artifacts. It's just not a good idea to me. Also, if you really need to destroy something, like by a card effect, you have fucking Lizard. It's really not hard to do that. You're also citing Super Polys, and there's Construct too. So I mean, I don't really understand. I mean, I know everyone's like, oh, artifacts are broken. It's like, yeah, I mean, whatever. I think that covers most of what I had to say. Again, Shaddolls are a great deck. If you're playing it, good for you. If not, whatever. Then, more Shaddolls for me. Less competition. I suppose that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll come at you next time with some more videos.